नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यास ततो जायमुदीरये। शृण्वतां स्वकतः कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विधनोति सुहत्सताम् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। Hare Krishna, we are reading today Canto 2, Chapter 7 and text 43 to 45. They are all together. So I will read all of them. Vedahamanga paramashahi yogamayam yuyam bhavascha bhagavanath daityavaryaha patni manaha sacha manushyacha तदात्मजाश्र च प्राचीन बहिर् रिभुरंग उत ध्रुवश्च इक्ष्वाकुर् एलमुच विदेह गादी रध्वम् अम्बरीश सगरा गय नाहुषाद्यः मान्धात्र अलकर अर्षत धन्वन पुरन्ति देवा देवव्रतो बलिर्मूर्तरयो दिलीपः सौभरी उतक शिबि देवल पिप्ललाद सारस्वतोद्भ व पाराशर भूरिषेणः नेन्ने विभीषण हनुमद उपेन्द्र दत्त पार्थार्षि शेण उदरः विदुर श्रुत देव वर्यः. I will read two more times. देवांगमंग परमशहि योगमायां यूयां भविष्य च भगवानथ दैत्यवर्यः पत्नी मनोह स च मनुष्य च देवात्मजाश्र च प्राचीन बहिर् रिभुरंग उत ध्रुवश्च इक्ष्वाकुर् येलमुच कंद विदेह गाधी रध्वम् अम्बरीश सगरा गयनाहुषाद्यः माध्यात्र अलर्क शत धनुरन्ति देवा देवव्रतोर्बलिर्मूर्तर्यो दिलीपः सौभरी उतक शिबि देवल पिप्ललाद सारस्वतो उद्धव पाराशर भूरिषेणः नेन्ने विभीषण हनुमद उपेन्द्र दत्त पार्थार्षि शेण विदुरः श्रुतदेव वर्यः. Last time, Vedaha angam paramashahi yogamayam yuyam bhavishyacha bhagavanath deva varyaha daityavaryaha patani manoha sacha manusya tadatmajasya cha prachin bahir Pribhuranga utadruascha Ikshwakuyela muchakanda videha gadi randam Ambarisha sagara gayanahud shadya mandhatra alakarsha sat धनुरन्ति देवा देवव्रतोर्बलिरमूर्तयो दिलीपः शोभरी उतकशिबिदेवलपिप्ललाद सारस्वतोद्भुद्व उद्धव पाराशरभूरिषेण येन्ने विभीषण हनुमधु उपेन्द्रदत्त पार्थार्षेण विदुरश्रुतदेववर्या. Hare Krishna. Please recite.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, are we reciting just the first verse or all of them?
Yeah, I think you can recite one only because like it takes time. So
Yes, right.
Vedahamanga paramasya hi yogamaya यूयं भवश्च भगवान् अथ दैत्यवर्या पत्नी मनोस च मनुश्च तद् आत्मजाश्च प्राचीन बर्हिर्भूरंग उत ध्रुवश्च.
Shall I read second one, Prabhu?
yeah, I think that's good. Like you can read Mother second one.
Ishwakurailamuchukundavidehagadhiragham Ambarisha Sagaragaya Nahusadaya Mandhatir Alarka Sadhunra Anuranti Devarato Balir Amritaya Dilipaha Soparyavtankasivi Devala Pippalada Saraswatodhava Parasara Bhorisena Enai Vivishana Hanumad Upendra Datta Partharastishena Vidura Sudeva Varya.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vedaham anga paramasya hi yogamayam yuyam bhavascha bhagavan atha daitya bharya patni manaha cha sacha manushya dat atmaja cha prachinabhiruvu anga uta dhruvascha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else would like to say?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Ikshvakur El Muchikunda Videha Gadhi Raghav Amrish Sagara Gaya Nahushataya Manditra Alarkas Shatadhanva Anuranti Deva Devavrato Balir Amurtarya Dilipaha. Anyone can read the last one? If not, then I can.
Sure, Mother, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Saubharya Uttankushibi Devala Pipalada Sarasvatodava Parashar Bhurishena Ye Anya Vibhishana Hanumad Upendra Datta Partharstishena Vidura Shrutadeva Varyaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. All right. So let me cite. Vedahamanga paramashya hi yoga mayam यूयं भवश्च भगवान् अथ दैत्यवर्या पत्नी मनोश्च मनुश्च तद् आत्मजाश्च प्राचीन बर्हिरभुः अंग उत ध्रुवश्च इक्ष्वाकुरैल मुचुकुंद विदेह गाधी राघव अम्बरीश सागर गया नहुषादया मान्धातर अलर्क शतधन्व अनुरन्ति देवा देव्रतो बलिर अमुर अमुत्तरयो दिलीपः सौभर्य उतंक शिभि देवल पिपलाद सरस्वतोद्ध्वा पराशर भूरिशेना ये अन्ये विभीषणा हनुमात् उपरेन्द्रतः पार्थात् अरष्टिसेना द्विदुरा श्रुतदेव वर्या. Synonyms: Veda, know it. Myself, aham, myself. Anga, O Narada. Paramasya, of the Supreme, he certainly. Yog Mayam, potency. Yuyam, yourself. Bhava, Shiva. Cha, and Bhagavan, the great demigod. Atha, Cha also. Daityavarya, Prahlad Maharaj, the great devotee of the Lord, born in the family of an atheist. Patni, Shatrupa, Mano of Manu. Sahi, Cha also. Manu, Swayambhu. Cha, and Tat Atmaja Cha, and his children like Priyavrat, Uttanpa, Dehuti, etc. Prachin Barhi. Ribhu, Angha, Utaha, even, Dhruva, Cha, and Ikshvaku, Aila, Muchkunda, Videha, Maharaj Janak, Gadhi, Raghu, Ambrisha, Sagara, Gaya, Nahush, Adya, and so on. Mandhata, Alarka, Shatdhanu, Anu, Rantidev, Devrataha, Bhishma, Bali, Amurt Tareha, Amutreha, Dileepaha, Saubhari, Uttankaha, Shibi, Devala, Piplad, Saraswat, Uddhava, Parashar, Bhurishena, ye those who, Anye others, Vibhishan, Hanuman, Upendra Datta, Sukadev Goswami, Parth Arjuna, Arashtisena, Vidura, Shrutadeva, Varya, the foremost. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. Abhay Charnan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Narada, although the potencies of the Lord are unknowable and immeasurable, still, because we are all surrendered souls, we know how he acts through Yogamaya potencies. And similarly, the potencies of the Lord are also known to the all-powerful Shiva, the great king of the atheist family, namely Prahlad Maharaj, Swayambhu, his wife Shatrupa, his sons and daughters like Priyavrat, Uttanpa, Dakuti, Dehuti, and Prasuti. Prachin Bhari, Ribhu, Anga, the king, the father of Vena, Maharaj Dhruva, Ikshvaku, Aila, Muchkunda, Maharaj Janak, Gadhi, Raghu, Ambrisha, Sagar, Gaya, Nahush, Mandhata, Alarka, Shatdhanve, Anu, Rantideva, Bhishma, Bali, Amuttarya, Dileepaha, Saubhari, Uttankaha, Shibi, Devala, Piplad, Saraswat, Uddhava, Parashar, Bhurishena, Vibhishana, Hanuman, Sukadev Goswami,
Shoo.
Arashtisena, Vidura, Shrutadeva, etc.
Good.
All the great devotees of the Lord, as mentioned above, who flourished in the past or present, and all the devotees of the Lord who will come in the future, are aware of the different potencies of the Lord, although with the potency of his name, along with the potency of his name, quality, pastimes, entourage, personality, etc. And how do they know? Certainly it is not by mental speculation, nor by any attempt by dint of limited instruments of knowledge. By the limited instruments of knowledge, either the senses or any attempt by the dint of limited instruments of, or material instruments like microscope and telescopes. One cannot even fully know the Lord's material potencies, which are manifested before our eyes. For example, there are many millions and billions of planets far, far beyond the scientist's calculation. But these are only the manifestation of the Lord's material energy. What can the scientist hope to know of the spiritual potency of the Lord by such material efforts? Mental speculations by adding some dozens of ifs and maybes cannot aid the advancement of knowledge. On the contrary, such material speculations will only end in despair by dismissing the case abruptly and declaring the non existence of God. The sane person, therefore, ceases to speculate on subjects beyond the jurisdiction of his tiny brain, and as a matter of the course, he tries to learn to surrender unto the Supreme Lord, who alone can lead one to the platform of real knowledge. In the Upanishads, it is clearly said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead can never be known simply by working hard and taxing the good brain, nor can he be known simply by mental speculation and jugglery of words. The Lord is knowable only by one who is surrendered soul. Herein, Brahmaji, the greatest of all material living beings, acknowledge this truth. Therefore, the fruitless spoiling of energy by pursuing the path of experimental knowledge must be given up. One should gain knowledge by surrendering unto the Lord and by acknowledging the authority of the persons mentioned herein. The Lord is unlimited, and by the grace of Yog Maya, help the surrendered soul to know Him proportionately with the advance of the one surrender. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरदस्य ज्ञानंजना शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदिकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणित श्रीविशाखान्वितांश नमा ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्वशे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्ण भक्त रूप स्वरूपकं भक्तवतारं भक्तकं नमामि भक्त शक्तिकं वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधा कांतानुसुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णु। हरे कृष्ण। So here we are continuing the discussion from in the Srimad Bhagavatam, where Lord Brahma instructing Narada Muni, and here in this verse, a very important point is mentioned that how we can know the Lord. So it is mentioned that when Lord comes to this material world, so many people, almost all, they do not understand the Lord. They do not understand the Lord. Only very, very few rare souls can recognize the Lord, that who Lord is, and worship that Lord. So here, Brahmaji is acknowledging that in order to know Lord, we need to surrender unto Him. If we see in Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, Krishna says that how you can know me. Like if chapter 7 is basically knowledge of the absolute. So in that, Krishna explains his different energies, and also he mentioned various other things about him. And there, Krishna says in chapter 7, and in the end, Krishna says, Veda ham samatitani vartamane charjuna Bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. So in that verse, Krishna says that Arjuna, Vedaham, Veda means he's saying that I know samatitani, means I know everything, whatever happened in the past and what is happening in the present and what is going to happen in the future. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is claiming that, Krishna is declaring that I know everything what happened in the past, what is happening in the present, and what is going to happen in the future. And also he says that I know all the living entity. Means whoever is in this material world, we have innumerable living entity. Innumerable. There's no count. It says that there are unlimited number of living entities are in this material world. But Krishna is saying that I know everyone. I know everyone. Because we are all part and parcel of Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke Jeev Bhuta Sanatana. So we are all part and parcel of Krishna. So Krishna saying that I know all the living entities along with what happened in the past, what is happening in the present, and what is going to happen in the future. So Lord is all cognizant. Lord knows everything. But in the last line, Krishna says that, but no one knows me. Mam tu vedana kaschana. But no one knows me. So what does that mean? Like Krishna saying that I know everyone, I know everyone's past, present, and future, but no one knows me. Right? So the reason is also given in Bhagavad Gita. In chapter number 4, in the beginning, the first verse, Lord Krishna says that to Arjuna, that in the beginning of, before like many long ago, in the beginning I give this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to sun god Vivaswan. And then Vivaswan give this knowledge to his son Manu Maharaj, who is Vivaswat Manu. We are in this 7th Manvantara, and in this Manvantara, the Manu Maharaj who is ruling is Vivaswat Manu or Shraddhadev. His name is Shraddhadev also, Vivaswat Manu. He is son of Vivaswan, sun god. So in the beginning, Lord Krishna gave this knowledge to Vivaswan. Then Vivaswan gave it to his son Manu, and Manu gave it to his son Ikshvaku. And then in that parampara, the knowledge was coming down. But Krishna recognized that the knowledge at the time of Arjuna was destroyed or disappeared because of the long duration of time. So when the knowledge come one after another, it slowly start declining, and then at the time of Arjuna, it was like almost gone. So then Krishna is saying, now I'm going to give that same knowledge of Bhagavad Gita again. So when Krishna gave this proposal to Arjuna, Arjuna was very surprised. He asked this question, hey Krishna, you and me are like buddy. We are like we are the same age. You are my cousin brother. We are almost same age. But you are saying that you give this knowledge to Vivaswan. How do I know that? You are at my same age, and I don't think so. I was there at that time, and when and how you give this knowledge to Vivaswan. So to answer that question, Krishna gave very nice reply, saying that Arjuna, you and me both have taken many births. Many births. Millions of births we have taken. I know each and everything. You don't know any of your birth before. That's the point. That's the main point which makes the difference between a ordinary living entity and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna is saying that, Arjuna, I know each and everything about my previous births and coming births also. But Arjuna, you do not know that. And what is that? Why is there? Prabhupada writes that because we change bodies. The living entity, we change body. In today, we are in a human body, and when we going to give up this body, we are first of all, we are not sure what body we are going to get it. If by chance we get human body again, but still will not remember this present body at that time. As soon as we change the body, we forget everything. So after giving up this present body, whichever body will get it, will not remember this body. As what is the proof? The proof is that in present body, we do not remember previous body, what we were there. So how do we understand that? We can see that even in the same life today, like we are in this present body, how long back we can go in our memory. Like maybe we might know our young life, like when we were 5-year old, maybe 3-year old, if you latest go by 2-year old, but hardly anyone might recognize that when they were 1-year old, or when they were 6 months old, or when they were newborn, or when they were in the womb of their mother. Hardly anyone remember that. So even in the same life, we don't remember many things. Forget about going that back. We don't even know just 1 year back or about 2 years back what we were doing at the same time, at the same moment, right? So because of this material body, we forget things, right? Because bodies keep changing. These bodies keep changing. And finally, when we give up this body and we take another body, we'll forget everything. But Krishna knows everything, because Krishna doesn't change body like us. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam evam veti tatvata tyaktva deham panajanam nayati mamiti swarjan. So Krishna says, my birth and my activities are transcendental, divine. So anyone who know that fact, that my activity and my birth are transcendental, that person will also not take birth again. So yesterday we celebrated the appearance day of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Yuga Avatara for this age of Kali Yuga, who came to propagate this congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So once we understand the confidential and the external reason of appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and why he propagated this congregational chanting of holy name of the Lord, and his activities, how he did. We are studying this pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from last 1 month in our Sunday classes. So if you understand that fact, then we will not take birth again. That's Krishna is assuring us in Bhagavad Gita 4.9. So here, Lord Brahma is saying the same fact here. He's saying that it is very difficult to know Krishna by our own endeavor. All the living entity, we have 4 inherent fault or 4 defects we have in our human society. They are, for number 1 is commit mistake. Number 2 is to be illusion. And number 3, imperfect senses. And number 4 is cheating propensity. Vedas recognize that human life, as a human, we have these 4 defects. They are inbuilt into our system. We cannot say that we are free from these 4 defects, because it is built in our human body. As soon as we get this human body, we are prone to these 4 defects. So by these 4 defects, there are 3 ways. Like Prabhupada explains this particular thing that I'm referring is it is given in the introduction of Sri Ishopanishad, where Srila Prabhupada actually give comparison of this material knowledge and spiritual knowledge, and then he's mentioning that these 4 defects are there in the human society, and there are 3 ways we can understand we can gain the knowledge. One is the pratyaksh praman, or the direct evidence, or the knowledge that we receive via the direct sense perception. And the second one is anuman, or through inference we get the knowledge. And third one is the knowledge by hearing from the authorities. So here Srila Prabhupada, when Lord Brahma is saying that all this personality, he actually gave this name of all great devotees of the Lord, saying that although, O Narada, all the potencies of the Lord are unknowable and immeasurable, because Lord is unlimited. Lord is unlimited, so we cannot understand unlimited because we are finite. Lord is infinite. We are limited, Lord is unlimited. So, Lord is unknowable and immeasurable. Still, because we are surrendered souls, we know how he acts through Yogamaya potencies. So this is the great secret that Lord Brahma revealing here, is that even though the Lord is unlimited and unknowable and immeasurable, still we can understand how Lord acts. And how do we know that? By surrendering to the Lord, we can understand that how Lord acts through his Yogamaya potency. So then he's giving that examples. Who are the great devotees who know this thing? So he has a list of the people. Lord Brahma is giving a long list of the people, all the devotees, the great devotees of the Lord, who know that how Lord acts through his Yogamaya potency. Kunti Maharani mentioned this prayer, like in her prayers, that we, the living entities, are covered by the Maya potency, like Mahamaya potency. But Lord is covering himself with Yogamaya potency. So there are 2 coverings actually. One covering is on our eyes. As a conditioned soul, we are covered by Mahamaya, which is material energy. And even somebody can cross that material energy, or 3 modes of material nature. If somebody can cross that, still they cannot recognize Lord, because Lord covers him with the Yogamaya potency. So if we see, like Srila Prabhupada gives example that, like sun god. Sun is like we can take sun. So how sun creates the clouds? So when the sun rays are falling on the water of the ocean water evaporates and then becomes cloud. And those clouds comes on the land and covers our eyes, and we cannot see sun because clouds is covering our eyes. Now, clouds are not very high in the sky. I'm talking about the rainy clouds, the black clouds, which basically brings the rain, right? So those clouds are not very high in the sky. They cover our eyes. They are very near to the surface of the earth. While the sun is very, very high in the sky, very, very far distance. So in reality, when the clouds comes to the land, they cover the eyes of the living entities, but they cannot cover the sun. Similarly, Prabhupada give example that clouds are like the Mahamaya potency, or Maya, which actually the energy of the Lord coming from the Lord, because clouds are nothing but the energy of the sun, which converts the water into the cloud. So it is the energy of the sun which basically brings the cloud. Similarly, the Lord's energy, which is Maya, comes and covers our eyes, so we cannot see the Lord. But for devotees, Devotees are not under the control of Maya. Because when we chant Hare Krishna and when we worship the Lord, when we surrender Lord, then we transcend the Maya, we transcend the three modes of material nature. But still, when Lord comes and plays his pastimes, if we know, if Lord doesn't cover him with his Yoga Maya potency, it's very difficult for Lord to perform the pastime. We see in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna and Krishna both were very good friends. They were talking each other, and then suddenly Arjuna got into great confusion and he surrendered to the Lord and asked, please guide me. And so then Krishna was explaining different yoga systems and all. And then suddenly in that 10th chapter, after 10th chapter, Arjuna asked Krishna to show his universal form. Then Arjuna, he was a like living entity, representing living entity. So Krishna said, you cannot see me with your naked eyes. So I will give you divine eyes. And Krishna gave him divine eyes and he showed him this universal form, which is prominently time manifested universal form. And he showed everything to Arjuna, like past, present, and future, and everything, whatever exists in this material universe. After seeing that, Arjuna became scared. He got scared and he offered prayer to Lord that, who are you? Why you are here? What is your purpose? I'm so scared. Please remove this form. So suddenly the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna, which was there as a friend, as a brother, cousin brother, now turned into like Lord and a devotee. And then he's seeing Lord as like as a great personality, and he's seeing himself as a very small person. So then what happened is this relationship suddenly disappeared, that friend's relationship disappeared. And because Lord Krishna removed his Yoga Maya potency and showed his opulence to him. Because of that, what happened is like now Lord's relationship change. So, but devotees knows that Lord performs his pastime through his Yoga Maya potencies. That's what Brahmaji is saying, that all these devotees, they know that how Lord covers himself to play his pastime with the devotees. And Srila Prabhupada also mentioned here that the materialistic people, they try to understand Lord either through mental speculation or their limited instrument of knowledge, either the senses or the material instrument like microscope or telescope. But one cannot fully know Lord's even material potencies. So if we take these two methods, like Pratyaksh Praman, which is basically the knowledge through these material instruments, or even the mental speculation, we cannot understand even the material potencies. In this material world, there are so many things are there which is still unknown to us. Even on this Earth planet, scientists are still trying to discover what is happening under the deep ocean, and also what is happening on Antarctica, North Pole. There are many, many areas still which is unknown to the scientists and the people of this on this Earth planet. And forget about learning about Mars, Jupiter, Sun, Moon, or any other luminaries in the sky. They have not much knowledge about that. So with these two methods, which is direct perception, Pratyaksh Praman, and Anuman Praman, which is knowledge through inference, is very difficult to even understand material potencies. So what about spiritual things? We cannot understand spiritual knowledge by these two defective methods. So the best method and the right method to understand both the material world and the spiritual world is by surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When we surrender that, after surrender, we'll hear directly from the Lord what he's giving in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And through that knowledge, we can easily understand the Lord, how he acts. So if you understand that the Lord comes here and perform his pastime with the Yoga Maya potency. See, we see in Vrindavan, when Lord was performing the pastimes, many times Lord performed great pastimes like lifting Govardhan hill. No ordinary child can do that. It is impossible for a tiny child like 7-year-old to even lift Govardhan Hill. But Lord Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill not just for one day. He lifted Govardhan Hill for 7 days, 7 nights continuously on his little finger in his left hand. It means that Krishna is not an ordinary child. But all the Brajavasis, all the Vrindavan, the devotees of the Lord, they never recognize Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead there, because Krishna don't want the sweet to obstruct the sweet relationship what is actually relishing in the past times between between him and his devotees. So he was covering himself with the Yogamaya potency so that he can actually relish the pastimes. So that's what here Lord Brahma is saying, that the devotees, all these devotees, they know that Lord works with the Yogamaya potency. And that, how we can know that? That we can easily know by surrendering Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that surrender means that we take shelter of the bona fide spiritual master, and here attentively and sincerely by serving him. Through this we can understand these intricacies of spiritual science which Lord Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's the right method, is what Prabhupada is saying, by submissive hearing from the authorized and bona fide spiritual master and directly surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We can actually understand how Lord acts, and by that we can understand not even the material world, how the material world works, but also the whole, even about the spiritual world also. And then ultimately we can go back to Godhead there. So this is like a very, very interesting thing that Lord Brahma is recognizing. He himself, who is the first living entity in this material universe, he is recognizing this fact that the only way we can understand is by surrendering to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he's giving many, many examples that all these devotees, I'm not going into all these names. You all know all these names, and you have all discussed. The pastimes are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So all these devotees, they understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead, and most of them are actually uh, interacted with Supreme Personality of Godhead directly in his personal pastimes. So that's the only way that we can actually understand Krishna, by surrendering. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also, at the very end, the last instruction of Lord Krishna to Arjuna is Sarv Dharman Pratajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. That just surrender unto me, I'll take care of everything. Okay, with that said, I'll stop now here, and if anyone have any comment, questions, or any reflections they would like to share.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Nice class of telling how Krishna said, it's Yogamaya and Mahamaya. Let's see. Yes, you're right. You're right. When we see the clouds, we think that, that the sun is not there at all. We always say, oh, the sun is not there. But the sun is there. It's covering for our eyes. So like that, that remembers me that Krishna's sloka, I'll give you intelligence, I will give you everything, but forgetfulness also I will give you.
Yes.
That sloka I remember all the time. So I always say, I want to keep everything, remember everything, but how come I'm forgetting that? So this sloka also I was thinking, which chapter I forgot, but I remember the sloka.
15:15.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita 15:15.
Yes, so I remember that what he said, but there's little forgetfulness is there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So Krishna gives everything, intelligence also he gives, forgetfulness also he gives.
Mm-hmm.
So that is Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead. and it's not beyond our reach. But when we do Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvasara Papebhyo Mokshishamascha. So if we have that surrender, then only we'll get something, little bit. It's very hard to tell. So all these people, when you read all these devotees, this many devotees we read in this loka today, that many people were thinking, so where are we? Little human beings.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you. But Lord Brahma is assuring that even we can know if we surrender to the Lord.
That's right. If he is saying that, where are we? So we're nothing. So that's really something. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much for sharing your reflections. Anyone else? Anyone else would like to share? Okay, if there is nothing to share, so we can end our call now. So thank you all for joining today, and have a wonderful Krishna conscious day as we recharge our battery yesterday on the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we are fully recharged to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya all over the world. So thank you all. Hare Krishna everyone. Pancha
Yesterday,
वासुदेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय हरि बोल प्रभु थैंक यू
Hare Krishna.
yesterday Radhika and sister, they both did very good. That thing conveyed the message.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for
That was
blessings.
really, I enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji, for your blessings. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.